Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing good. So in this video, again, we will do a dynamic programming problem, and I think we are left with 15 to 20 problems still. There are a lot of problems in this DSA sheet, but anyway, it is good. We are getting a very good practice, right? So many variety questions are there. So yeah, before we start today's video, I would like to talk about this ebook. It is on data structures and algorithms. It also has 15 HR questions, 90 DS algo chapters, okay? And if you're preparing for a coding interview, then most probably these two things are a mandatory DSA. And if you reach the final round, mostly it will be an HR round. This book is written by a software engineer who himself has worked in many multinational companies, and he has gathered all his experience and put it in one place. And now I will show you how neatly it is organized. I'll show you a few parts. Like, see, there is sorting algorithms, everything is mentioned, and time complexity, space complexity, searching algorithms, binary search is there, data structures. So basic data structures like linked list, stack, queues, tree data structure, graph, brute force, dynamic programming, spanning tree, almost everything. Like it is actually worth your money because you don't have to scatter yourself everywhere, find different resources. You can just click on any one. For example, if I click on merge sort, so it will take me to that merge sort page. You can see here there is pictorial representation, code snippets are given, and it is easily understandable too. So it is worth your money, and the link is in the description. You can check it out, buy it from there. It is available for an affordable price. So excuse me. So let us see today's problem. Today's problem is called count D arrangements, permutations such that no element appears in its original position. So they have already given what is the meaning of D arrangement here, and it is a permutation of n elements such that no element appears in its original position. For example, if these are the n elements 0, 1, 2, 3, then derangement of this will be like this is one example. So if I say that 0, 1, 2, 3 is there, so what can be a derangement? It can mean that in this place, apart from 0, anything else should be there. Apart from 0, 0 can't be in its own position. So it can be 1 over here, 2 or 3, whatever. And over here, same, 1 can't be anything apart from 1. So this becomes a derangement. Like this, how many are there? We should count for a given value n. So for given value n, we are saying that there will be numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, n minus 1. In this given permutation, this is also a permutation, right? In this given set of numbers, we have to find how many permutations are there such that the elements are not in their correct position. That's all. Elements are not in the correct position. So actually, if you read about this in Wikipedia, it is given in a different way, and I like to explain that. Actually, this is also known as hat checking problem. So it is very interesting, and I'll tell you. It is simple only, okay? Suppose there are n people. Fine. I'm just drawing. I'm not drawing so well. It is very bad. I know that, but just so suppose there are n people, okay? And you have n hats. So yeah, it is not looking like a hat, obviously, but yeah. So there are n hats, and you have to give the n hats to these n people. Fine. Condition is what? Hat number 1 should not go to person 1. Hat number 2 should not go to person 2. So hat number I should not go to person I. That is the condition. Correct. Which is the same as our problem. In our problem also it's the same thing, right? We can't put an element in its correct position. So now how to solve this problem? Now we'll see. Suppose we consider the first person, person number 1. Now, how many ways are there to give person number 1 hat? If you have to give person number 1 a hat, how many ways are there? If there are n hats, you can give n minus 1 hats, because you can't give hat number 1 to person number 1, correct? So so person number 1 will have n minus 1 ways to get the hat. Fine. Now there will be two possibilities. What am I trying to do? I am trying to basically get like a recursive relation. I am trying to get a recursive relation which will help me get the answer for n. Which will help me get what? It will help me get the answer for n. What answer? How many derangements are there for n? Any n. So let us come back to this. So person number 1, if I have to give him a hat, there are n minus 1 ways. Fine. Now what we will do? Now we will take two cases. Suppose I pick any random person, let us say person number I. This is the person number I, okay? Now one possibility is that person number I, his hat, person number I's hat will go to person number 1, okay? And hat 1 will go to person number I. I don't think you are able to understand with n people. So wait, let me make it simpler. Let us take from, you know what, let me take from starting. Let us say there is only one person. Fine, there is only one person and there is only one hat. How many derangements are possible? 0. So d1 is equal to 0. Let us say dn is number of dearrangements for n people or n objects or whatever, n. So if there is one person and one hat, derangement is 0, because you have to give the same hat to this person. There is only one option. Now what if I say there are two people? There are two people, so n equal to 2, and there are two hats. How many derangements are possible? See, I should not give this hat to this person and I should not give this hat to this person. This is hat number 1, 2, and this is person number 1, person number 2. They should get different hats. So what I will do, I will give hat 1 to person 2, hat 2 to person 1. So I will make it something like 2, 1. Correct. So this is the only derangement possible. So D1 is 0, D2 is 1. So these two are important conditions. Actually, these two are base conditions it will be, because we know the answer for sure for n equal to 1 and 2 now. Fine. Now let us come back. I hope you are able to understand that D1 is 0 and D2 is 1. Okay. Now let us come back to our example where we were at. So there were n people, correct? There were n people. And how many hats were there? N hats. So n people, n hats. Fine. And what had we got? For person number 1, how many ways are there to give him a hat? N minus 1 ways are there for giving the hat to person number 1. Now let us pick any person. Say we pick person number I. This is the ith person, suppose. Now there are two cases. What are the two cases? Either we give hat I to person number 1 and we give hat 1 to person number I. What did we do for D2? If you remember, for D2 we did the same, right? We gave hat 1 to 2 and hat 2 to 1, first person. Same way, hat number I we will give it to person number 1. Hat number 1 we will give it to person number 2. So these two are fixed now. In this case, these two are fixed. Okay, how many are remaining? N minus 2. So we should bother about n minus 2 derangements. So we should bother about how many? N minus 2 derangements. Correct. So this is one case where hat number I of person number I goes to person number 1 and hat 1 goes to person number I, and this is fixed. Like we are fixing things. We are fixing these two things, and now n minus 2 people are remaining and n minus 2 hats are there. For that derangements, how many required? D of n minus 2. This is easy to understand, right? Now one more case will be there, that I don't give the ith hat to person number 1. Suppose I don't do this, I don't give the ith hat to person number 1, then how many derangements are left? Then see, n minus 1 people will be left. In the first case, n minus 2 were left because we had fixed two things. What were the two things we had fixed? We had fixed that hat number I will go to person number 1, hat number 1 will go to person number I. But now we are not fixing it. So how many people are remaining? N minus 1. So how many derangements are there? N minus 1. So what is total number of derangements? N minus 1 into d of n minus 2 plus n minus 1. So this will be a recursive relation. Let me show you and let me prove this to you now with the help of an example. I hope this small derivation was somewhat clear, at least like the two cases, like what did we do to get this and this. If you are clear, then it will be easy. D of n minus 2, what does it mean? We have fixed two things. We have given person I first hat, when we are given person 1 ith hat. So n minus 2 people are there, we should bother about n minus 2 derangements. Otherwise, if we don't give person 1, person I the first hat, then n minus 1 derangements are remaining. So both cases we should consider. Why plus sign I'm given here? Because that will total number of ways, total ways. It is or, right? It can be either first case or second. Whenever or is there, it means plus. And means multiplication. So let me show this again with this example. What example? So 0, 1, 2, 3 is our given array. Correct. 0, 1, 2, 3 is given. Now let us say for this 0th person, for the 0th person, how many ways are there to give him a number? N minus 1. Over here, n is what? N will be 4, right? N minus 1 ways. See, 3 ways are there to give him either 1, 2 or 3. Fine. Plus. Now see, suppose I take I as this person, I as person 2. Fine. Now what is the first case? That I put 2 over here. So there are 4 places, right? I put 2 here. That means consider that I have given the hat to this person and this person's hat I have given here. So 0. Now how many places are there? How many places are remaining? N minus 2 places are remaining. How many derangements are possible for this? 1 can't come here. So 3, 1. So this is one case, right? 3 and 1 coming in those two positions is one case. It is representing what? Derangements of n minus 2. What is n over here? 4. What is derangement of 4 minus 2? Derangement of 2, 1. So this was one case wherein we fixed 2 here. You can fix anything. You could have fixed 3 also. Any I apart from this 0. Like we are taking starting element, right? So 2 we put here, 0 we put here. Now these two were remaining. How many derangements are there if 2 things are remaining? D of 2. What is D of 2? 1. But now let me tell you one more thing, that so we got d of n minus 2. Now what is the other case? See, in the first case we fixed 2. That means we we told that 0 will come over there. So fixing 2 is not a problem. We told that person 1's hat 1 will go over here. So we had put 0 here. Let us not put 0 now. Let us not put 0. Now what will happen? Now how many places are there? 3 places are there. 3 places are there, correct? How many derangements are there now? D of 3. 3 places are there. D of 3 is D of 4 minus 1, which is D of n minus 1. How many places are there? 3. Now how many derangements can be there? So I can put 3 here, I can put 0 here, I can put 1 here. Okay, if I fix 2, I can put 3 here, I can put 0 here, I can put 1 here. Can I do that? I think, yeah, I can, right? 3 here, 0 here, 1 here. Is there anything else left? I can put 1 here, I can put 3 here, I can put 0 here. I think I can do this, correct? So among these three possibilities, you can observe that this one has already been considered. This case where 0 comes here, that means hat of 0. Just remember that hat will go to the person who was here. We already took that case here. So if you rule this, how many cases are there now? How many ways are there? 2. Now what is 2? 2 is equal to d of 3. You can take it. Let us understand, for if there were 3 elements, 0, 1, 2. How many derangements are possible? 2, 0, 1, 1, 0, 2. Not 1, 0, 2. 1, 2, 0. So d of 3 is 2 only, right? So I hope you're able to understand how we are getting this formula, and I hope I'm able to verify that. See, n minus 1 ways are there to fill the first place. After that, there are 2 possibilities. Let us take any random I, and we will say that we will put I in the first place and first place element in the ith place. We will fix those 2. Then for remaining n minus 2 elements, we will find the number of derangements. Another case is that we won't put the first element in the ith place, but we will put this element here, the ith element, in the first place. Remaining is n minus 1 elements. So d of n minus 1 we are finding. So if you observe, this is a recursive solution. This is a recursive relation, and you can optimize it by taking the DP array. And actually, you don't even need array. Like you can do it with just like a Fibonacci series. So let me just quickly show the coding part now. So let us say we take a variable n, fine, and let us say dp of n plus 1. Actually, you don't need a dp array. You can optimize it by taking 2 variables. In the comment section, you put in the this thing comment box the solution, how to optimize instead of taking extra space. So what is dp of 0? dp of 0 will be anyway 0 only, we don't have to bother. What is dp of 1? If there is one element, derangement is going to be 0 only, because you have to give that element its own value, right? So 0. And what is dp of 2? 1. Now let us start from I equal to 3, I less than or equal to n. Now what is dp of I going to be? dp of I is going to be from the recursive relation I minus 1 into dp of I minus 2 plus dp of I minus 1. Let us print dp of n. So if I give input as suppose 4, so you can see that if the input is 4, the answer is 9, which matches with our GFG answer also. So this was the small coding part, and you can have a look at the code. But main important thing is how to derive, how to prove it, and verify also. So this was the verification, all right? And the code I've shown you. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Maybe they can get some benefit. So this was DP and maths. So something like selection. And many permutation combination problems can be solved using dynamic programming. And I already mentioned this in one of the previous videos only. So if you liked it and if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It will motivate me. That's all for this video. Take care, stay safe, keep learning, keep growing, stay tuned. Bye.